Question 35. The amount of fertilizer in a landscaping company's warehouse decreases at a rate of 3% per week. The amount of fertilizer in the warehouse was originally 78,000 cubic yards. So basically, what happens is there's an amount of something and it's decreasing at a rate of 3% per week. Decrease means less, which means minus by 3%. And originally, or initially, or the starting was 78,000. So, let me just go ahead and write here. That is starting, or in other words, initial. Okay, so basically I have a percent. It's decreasing by 3%. So everything starts at 100%, and I'm decreasing by 3. So 100% minus 3%. So 100 minus 3, that is 97%. Okay, now I can't use percentages. I need to change them to a decimal. So what you need to do is you are going to do 97% divided by 100%, and that will, and if you put it in the calculator, 97 divided by 100, you get 0.97 or 0.97. Okay, so this is the number that I'm going to use for the percent. Okay? And this is actually like this example. Do you remember this? I told you that this is the starting initial amount. This is the percent of change, and then here you put the time. I'm going to do the same thing. So they did FW, so I'm going to use F parenthesis W parenthesis. And just like in question 31, first I'm going to put the starting or initial amount. Here my starting is 78,000, so I'm going to write 78,000. And I'm going to do, just like in question 31, they put in parenthesis the interest rate or the percent. So in parenthesis, I use 0.97, so 0.97. And then here I need to put the time. They said to use W for weeks, so I'm going to put W for my time. So this is the starting slash initial. This is the percent of change. And this is your time, in this case, weeks. So my answer will be, looks like it's C. So that's the answer there. This one is actually increasing, not decrease. This is decrease minus, this one is increase plus. Okay? Question number 36. What is the equation of the line that passes through the point -2, 7 and has a slope of 0? Okay, so I have this point and I have a slope of 0. So -2 is x, 7 is y. So x -2, y is 7. My slope is 0, so m equals 0. I need to find b. So I'm going to put y equals mx plus b. Y is 7 equals m is 0. X is -2, so parenthesis, -2 parenthesis, copy plus b. Copy 7 equals 0 times -2 is 0, so it cancels. Copy down b and switch. This is my b, my y-intercept. Now I need to put the numbers inside of the slope-intercept form equation. So y equals m is 0, x plus b is 7. 0 times x is 0, it cancels, so you have y equals 7. That's your answer, y equals 7. J. Be careful, some people pick F. You need to make sure that you put the numbers inside the formula to get your letter, the correct letter. Number 37. Which ordered pair is in the solution set y is greater than or equal to 1/3 x plus 4? Well, I need to figure out which one of these is the solution for this. First, I'm going to put my y-intercept on the graph. I want to graph this. So my y-intercept is 4. I'm going to graph it on the y. Here it is. Y-intercept is 4. Now I need 1 point. Let's put it in the calculator. So push y equals, clear. Put parenthesis 1 divided by 3 parenthesis x plus 4. Go to the table, second graph. Let's pick a point. -3, 3 is okay. So -3, 3. X is -3, y is 3. X is negative, so that means left 3. Y is positive, so that means up 3. So left 3, up 3. Now this sign right here means that it's solid line because it has a line. Yes line, normal line. And this is greater, so I'm going to color up. So let's get my ruler. Okay, let's do this really carefully. Solid line. Draw your arrows, and you can color with your pencil. I'm just going to go ahead and color with a color. We said to color up. Here is up, the arrow up, so I need to color this side right here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the points A, B, C, and D. So A is -6, 1, so that means 6 to the left and 1 up. That is A. B is -1, 6, so -1 is left 1 and then 6 up. That one is B. C is 6, -1, so 6 to the right and 1 down. That one is C. And D is 1, -6, so 1 to the right and 6 down. That one is D. My answer is the point that is in the color. The point in the color is B. So B is my answer. Now, how do you check it? Well, let's check it to see if we can do it with a check. Okay, so let's do A so you can see how a bad one looks like. Okay, so for A we have -6, 1. So X is -6 and Y is 1. Here's my equation. It's Y is greater than or equal to 1/3 X plus 4. What you will do is you will put the numbers inside. So for Y it's 1, copy greater than or equal, copy 1/3. X is -6, so parenthesis -6 parenthesis plus 4. Copy 1, greater than or equal. Put this in the calculator. So parenthesis 1 divided by 3 parenthesis -6 parenthesis plus 4. Enter 2. It's positive 2. So is 1 greater than or equal to 2? Is 1 bigger than 2? No. Is 1 equal to 2? No. So A is not correct. B, okay? Now we have -1, 6. -1 is our X and 6 is our Y. Here's our equation. Y is greater than or equal to 1/3 X plus 4. Let's put our numbers inside. So 6 is greater than or equal to 1/3 times X is -1 plus 4. Remember, put the numbers in parentheses. Copy 6 is greater than or equal to. Put this all in the calculator. So we will have parenthesis 1 divided by 3 parentheses -1 parenthesis plus 4. Enter. And I'll just leave it a decimal. 3.6 repeating. So is 6 greater than or equal to 3.6? Yes, 3 is greater than 6 is greater than 3.6. 6 is bigger than 3.6. So this is true. So my answer is B. I'm 100% correct. Okay, let's try number 38. Which table does not show y as a function of x? So we want not a function. Not a function. Okay, so let's talk about functions and non-functions. So functions, remember x is important. We need to have, so for functions, x can only have one y or partner, right? So x can only have one partner, y. Non-functions, x has more than one y or partner. Okay, and basically how you can tell, a big clue is a repeating x. Okay, so no repeating x would be a function. No repeating x. Okay, so we want not a function, so that's a non-function. We need to find a repeating x. So let's take a look here. Is anything here repeating? Nope. Is anything here repeating? Nope. Is anything here repeating? Yes, I see that negative 0.2 and this negative 0.2. These x's are repeating. Remember y, I don't care if y repeats. I don't care. I only care about x. And here it repeats with a different partner. Do you see how the partner of negative 0.2 is 5.8 and 8.1? So this one is not a function. Everything else is a function. Question 39. A projectile is launched into the air from the ground. The table shows the height of the projectile h of t at different times. So here's your table. Based on the table, which function can best be used to model this situation? So I have a table, I have some equations. They said which one is the best, el mejor. Now, it might not be exact, but we're going to pick the one that is the closest. Okay, so we're going to do this one by one by putting these equations in the calculator and looking at the table. So let's go ahead and push y equals clear. Put 99. Now we don't have a t in the calculator, so we need to put x squared plus 858. Go to the table, second graph. Let's go to 5. Okay, so here's 5. Looks like the partner is 3,300. So that is not what I want. That is not correct. Let's try B. Okay, so y equals clear. Negative 4.9, no t, so x squared plus 295x plus 0.6. Go to the table, second graph. Okay, let's take a look. So look at 5. 5 is with 1,354. So that's one different. Let's go to 10. 10 is 2,461. Okay, very close. 15, 3,323. Did I put this right in the calculator? Let's just check. No, I put it wrong. It's supposed to be 0.6. Ooh, I know I was putting something wrong. So if you see something funny, make sure you go back and check if you put it incorrectly, because that's a very common mistake. So second graph, let's go back to 5. So 1,353, okay, 1,353.1, that's very close. Let's go to 10. 10 is with 2,460, that's very close. 15. 3,323, okay, that looks good. 20, 3,940, that looks good. 25, 4,313, that's really good. 30, 4,440, 35, 4,323. Okay, I think we found our answer. That one, B, is very good. If you check the rest, they will not be correct. Let's go to number 40. Which value of x makes the equation 0.75 times x plus 20 equals 2 plus 0.5 times x minus 2 true? So I'm going to show you two ways to do it. The first way is the hard way, and the second way will be the easy way. So let's go ahead and solve this. So 0.75 times x plus 20 equals 2 plus 0.5 times x minus 2. We're going to draw a line on the equal sign. First is the parentheses, so we have to do the distributive property or the arrows. So I'm going to do 0.75 times x and 0.75 times 20. So let's do 0.75 times x plus 0.75 times 20 equals, the number in front of the parentheses here is 0.5. So I'm going to do 0.5 times x and 0.5 times negative 2. I'm going to copy 2 plus 0.5 times x plus, again, 0.5 times negative 2. 0.75 times x is 0.75x. 0.75 times 20, let's see, 0.75 times 20, that gives me 15, positive 15, equals, copy 2, 0.5 times x is positive 0.5x, and 0.5 times negative 2, I'll just tell you, is negative 1. Now, we're going to do our like terms. Here I have three things. Here, no letter. Here, one letter. Here, no letter. So these are the same. No letter, no letter. This is different. It has x. So we're going to copy 0.75x plus 15 equals 2 minus 1. 2 minus 1 is 1. Copy plus 0.5x. Now I have two x's. I like to move the one on the right. I call it the bad letter. So move the one on the right. So this is positive 0.5. I'm going to do minus 0.5x minus 0.5x. Notice the x's are together. 0.75 minus 0.5 is 0.25x. Copy down plus 15 equals copy down 1. 0.5 minus 0.5 is 0. It cancels. Now I want the x alone. I have two numbers with x. This number, there's nothing in the middle. That means it's multiply. And this number has a plus in the front. What's first? Plus. The opposite of plus? Minus. Minus 15, minus 15. This cancels because it's 0. Copy down 0.25x. Equals 1 minus 15. Put in the calculator, you get negative 14. Now I want the x alone. 0.25 is with x, and there's no sign in the middle, so that's a multiply. The opposite of multiply is divide, and I'm going to divide by the number with x, which is 0.25. So divided by 0.25, both sides. This cancels, it's 1. So you're going to write x equals, and when we put that in the calculator, we will find our answer. Negative 14 divided by 0.25, negative 56. There's my answer, J. Now, how do you check your answer? Well, here's what you're going to do with the calculator. You're going to push y equals. Clear. What is on the left, you will put up. So I'm going to write 0.75 parenthesis x plus 20 parenthesis. That's this right here. Now we're going to put what is on the right down. So that is 2 plus 0.5 parenthesis x minus 2 parenthesis. Here we go. Now I'm going to go to the graph. I need to see where the two lines touch. I don't see a touch, so I will need to zoom out. So I'm going to push zoom. Out is the number 3, so I'm going to push the number 3. And I will push enter one time and wait. Okay, I still don't see a touch. I need to see the touch, so push enter again. And now I see a touch. So this is my answer here. I need to figure out what it is. So to do that, you need to do second calc. I want the number 5 intersect. So you're going to push the number 5 and enter 3 times. Enter, enter, enter. Do you see the x here? It's x equals negative 56. That's my answer. And that's what I have. Moving on to number 41. Which expression is a factor of 18x squared minus 15x plus 2? Now this one's going to be a long one, so I'm going to do it on a piece of paper. Okay, this is going to be where we have to factor, and that's where I need to do my 7 steps. So I have 18x squared minus 15x plus 2, and I need to do my A, B, C first. A is the number with x squared, so that is 18. B is the number with x, that's negative 15. C has no variable, no letter, so that's 2. Step 1, A times C. A times C. A is 18 times C is 2. 18 times 2, I'm pretty sure it's 36. Let's check it. 18 times 2 is 36. Perfect. Step 2, we are going to factor 36. Let's start with 1. 1 times what equals 36? Well, 36. Do I need to do negative 1? Yes, because I have a negative here. So negative 1 times 36 times negative 36 equals 36. How do you check that? Remember, you can do 36 divided by negative 1, and you get the negative 36. After 1 is 2. 2 times what equals 36? Well, put in the calculator. 36 divided by 2, that's 18. So that's 18. And I need to do negative 2 times negative 18 is 36. After 2 is 3. 3 times what equals 36? Let's see, 36 divided by 3, you get 12. And negative 3 times negative 12 equals 36. After 3 is 4. Let's see, 4. 36 divided by 4, that works. 4 times 9. So 4 times 9 equals 36. And negative 4 times negative 9 equals 36. Let me zoom out here. Next is 5. Let's see 5. 36 divided by 5. Nope, it's a decimal. Next is 6. 36 divided by 6. That works. 6 times 6. 6 times 6 equals 36. And negative 6 times negative 6 equals 36. Okay, now step 3. You need to add, and you want to get B. B is negative 15. Second. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and add. I'm going to do 1 plus 36, that's 37. That's no good. I want negative 15. Negative 1 plus negative 36, that's negative 37. That's no good. 2 plus 18, that's 20. That's no good. Okay. Negative 2 plus negative 18, that's negative 20. That's no good. 3 plus 12 is 15. That's positive 15. I want negative 15, so that's no good. Negative 3 plus negative 12 equals negative 15. Perfect. That's what I wanted. So my numbers that I will use are negative 3 and negative 12. Now, we're going to put in the parentheses. Okay, my letters are x, so I'm going to put x in the front. This is -3 and -12. Now I will need to divide by a. A is 18, so I'm going to divide by 18 for both. Remember, that's a. And I'm going to copy my x's in the parenthesis again, and I will put these in the calculator. I'm going to put -3 divided by 18. So -3 divided by 18, change to a fraction, so math 1, enter, that's -1/6. And let's put -12 divided by 18. That's changed to fraction, that's -2/3. And now you're going to take the denominator, or what is down, and put it in front of the x. So you will have parenthesis 6x minus 1, parenthesis, and here 3x minus 2, parenthesis. So my answers are right here. Now I will need to look and see which one of these is here. And I see 3x minus 2. So my answer is A for number 41. Number 42. The graph of linear function g is shown on the grid. What is the zero of g? Okay, so we want the zero. Let me just remind you, there's 4 names for this. Number 1, obviously, zero of a function. Okay. Number 2, it's the solution. Number 3, it's the root. And number 4, everyone's favorite, x-intercept. Okay, so basically the 0 is the x-intercept. So where does this line touch the x? Well, it touches right over here at -6. If you take a look, I'll zoom in. It touches right here at -6. So your answer is -6. 42 is -6. Make sure you're copying everything. 43. Which quadratic function in vertex form can be represented by the graph that has a vertex at 3, -7 and passes through the point 1, -10? So the vertex is 3, -7. And I have a point, just a regular point, at 1, -10. What I'm going to do is one by one, I will put these in the calculator and check the points. So let's go ahead and push y equals, clear everything. Let's put this in the calculator. Parenthesis 3 divided by 4, parenthesis, x plus 3, parenthesis, squared, plus 7. Go to the table, second graph. Let's go to 3, -7. Oh, I need to go all the way up. You probably have to join me in that. So 3, -7. Okay, no, 3 is not with -7. It's with 34. So A is no good. Let's try B. Y equals, clear. Parenthesis, -3 divided by 4, parenthesis, x plus 3, parenthesis, squared, minus 7. Go to the table, second graph. Let's check the points. Is 3 with -7? No, 3 is with -34, so that's no good again. Let's try C. Y equals, clear. Parenthesis 3 divided by 4, parenthesis, x minus 3, parenthesis, squared, plus 7. Go to the table, second graph. Let's try 3. Is 3 with -7? No, it's with +7, so that's no good. So I'm thinking it's D. Let's check that one. So y equals, clear, parenthesis, -3 divided by 4, parenthesis, x minus 3, parenthesis, squared, minus 7. Go to the table, second graph. Is 3 with -7? Yes. Is it the vertex? Yes, because what is up and down are the same. And the point is 1, -10. Let's see, 1, -10. Perfect, that works. So my answer is D. Number 4. Zoom out. Okay, number 4. The graph of part of linear function g is shown on the grid. Which inequality best represents the domain of the part shown? So I want the domain. Domain is x. I'm going to find the domain and the range just for extra practice. Okay, so just as a reminder, domain is x and range is y. So how you always start is you always put x and less than and less than. X is left and right, so I'm going to put one hand on the left and one hand on the right. Now left is small, so I'm going to start with the left. So what number is my left hand touching? It's touching -9. So I'm going to put -9 on the left here. No color in the circle, so no line down. Now put your hand on the right. What number am I touching here? I'm touching the number 2. So I'm going to put 2 here. And yes, there's a color, so yes line. And put your braces. Now the range. Range is y. Put less than and less than. Always less than. Y is up and down, so you're going to put one hand down and one hand up. Down is small, so you will start with the down. What number am I touching down? That's -6. Yes color, yes line. Now up. What number am I touching here? 3. No color, no line, and put your braces. Now I want the domain, which is the x right over here. So I need to find this one for my answer, and I see that right over here for F. Let's just make sure. Yep, so the answer is F. 45. A student graphed f of x equals x and g of x equals f of x plus 3 on the same coordinate grid. Which statement describes how the graphs of f and g are related? Okay, so this is a translation, up, down, left, right, all of that. So remember, you're going to need to memorize these. So up, down, left, right. Okay, and let me just remind you, up means plus outside. Down means minus outside. Left means plus inside. And right means minus inside the parentheses. So up plus outside the parenthesis. Down minus outside the parenthesis. Left plus inside the parenthesis. Right minus inside the parenthesis. Now here they gave me something that looks like this. That's up. So where do I see up? Well, the only one where I see up is here. A is up. This one is steeper. This one is down. This one is less steep. I want up. So my answer is A. Number 46. The graph of a quadratic function is shown on the grid. Which equation best represents the axis of symmetry? Okay, so here I have a quadratic function or a parabola, and I'm going to do the whole thing out for you so it's easy for you to understand. Okay, so we're going to find the most important point, which is the vertex. Okay, and the vertex is right here in the middle, and that is 2, 6. So let's do vertex 2, 6. Is this a minimum or a maximum? Well, let me just remind you. If you have the point up like this, that's a maximum. If you have the point down like this, that's a minimum. Okay, so this is a maximum. I'll put max. Maximum means the point is up. Up means y. It's a direction for y. So y is the 6. Y equals 6. Now the axis of symmetry. The axis of symmetry is x, so x equals 2. Domain, remember domain is the x. And then we have the range, which is the y. Domain is always for parabolas, all real numbers. The range is y, so you're going to write y. You're going to look at the arrows. The arrows are down. Down means less than. So I'm going to put less than with a line less than or equal to. My y is 6. So there's my range. Now they said they wanted which equation best represents the axis of symmetry. We want the axis of symmetry, so that is x equals 2. So that is G. Number 47. If p of x equals 5 times x squared plus 1 plus 16, what is the value of p of 11? Okay, so here's my equation. I have p of x equals 5 times x squared plus 1 plus 16. And I have p of 11. Now, p of 11, do you see here it's p of x too? So where is 11? 11 is where with x. So basically x equals 11 here. So what I need to do is when I see x, I put 11. So p parenthesis 11 parenthesis equals 5 parenthesis no x. We're going to put 11 in parenthesis. Parenthesis 11 parenthesis squared plus 1 parenthesis plus 16. So p of 11 equals, put this all in the calculator. So second mode, 5 parenthesis parenthesis 11 parenthesis squared plus 1 parenthesis plus 16. I get 626. So my answer is D, 626. How do you check it? Put y equals, clear. Put 5 parenthesis x squared plus 1 parenthesis plus 16. Go to the table, second graph. Go to 11. And the answer is 626.